Scientists once poured a bucket of red paint over the alpha baboon of a troop. In an instant, the strongest animal in the group became a walking target. He screamed. He ran. He was convinced that bright red coat was broadcasting his location to every predator in the jungle. To him, it was a giant warning signal, a death sentence. So he squeezed himself into a narrow crack between two rocks. Dark, damp, claustrophobic, but safe. Then hunger arrived. His stomach twisted with pain. His body begged for food. Just 10 meters away, ripe berries hung from a bush, filling the air with their sweet scent. He wanted to leave, but the moment he stretched a foot outside, the wind rustled the leaves. He froze. To him, it sounded like a leopard approaching, an eagle diving, death coming for the red animal everyone could see. For 7 straight days, he barely moved. He barely breathed. He treated that red paint like a permanent mark of doom and pressed himself deeper into the darkness, until the fat in his body disappeared, until his muscles wasted away, until his heart finally stopped beating. When the scientists pulled out his body, they discovered something tragic. The paint was water-soluble. A storm on the very first night had already washed every trace of red away. When he died, his fur was gray-brown, perfectly blended into the surrounding rocks. He wasn't killed by a predator. He was killed by a threat that never existed. Now, take your eyes off that skeleton for a moment and look at yourself. You're standing in front of a room giving a presentation. Your slides freeze for 3 seconds. Those 3 seconds feel like 3 centuries. You think 100 people are staring at you, judging every mistake. But most of them are looking at their phones. Nobody is paying nearly as much attention as you think. Maybe you wear an old coat to a party. You feel certain everyone is examining the worn sleeves and silently calculating your income. They're not. They're wondering if their own hair looks okay, if there's food stuck in their teeth, if anyone noticed their insecurities. This is the spotlight effect. You think you're standing alone under a giant spotlight, exposed for the world to see. The truth? The world is more like a crowded marketplace. Everyone is busy negotiating their own problems. Nobody has time to obsess over yours. In fact, you're probably less important than that baboon. At least he was worried about real predators. You're worried about imaginary opinions that exist for only a few seconds in someone else's mind. So stop hiding. That red paint you're ashamed of was washed away a long time ago. If you're hungry, go after what you want. If you want to dance, step on a floor. Nobody is watching as closely as you think. And even if they are, it changes nothing.